The Sordcast have begun. Round of applause for everyone. Round of applause for the beginning of the Sordcast. Actually, I should put the volume down. Testing, 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 testing. Damn, the volume's pretty high. Testing, testing. Ooh, let me start this again. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Uh, yeah, this will do. This will probably do. Alright, so the sword cast. Oh, wait, I can adjust the volume like this. This is much better, right? Yep. Hello? Testing, testing. Alright, the sword cast has begun. And what better way to start the sword cast than to explain what is a sword? I tried to get Toby on, but Toby feels he's not worthy, so he couldn't join us, sadly. So let's start the first episode. What is a sword? Important question that needs to be answered for people who doesn't know. And so I want to keep this short as well. So basically, a sword is like a being, a person that has ascended over over a god, basically. Like people who watch Dragon Ball, I'll give you like what's the word? Uh, an example of what a sword is. You have like Zeno, and then you have sword above Zeno Sama. That's an if you wanna imagine what what kind of power sword has, he's basically a mixture of these anime characters that I'm pretty sure people who's listening will recognize. He's a mixture of Aizen from Bleach, Madara from Naruto, Dio from JoJo. Uh, who else is he a mixture of? Uh, let me think. Zeno from Super, Jiren from Super. Yeah, all those characters. If you forget all those characters and you mix them up. Oh yeah, and Chrono Lucifer from Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, you get all those characters and you mix them up. You get like a being that's almost as strong as Sword and almost as powerful, but not quite. Not quite. You're still missing like a bit over there. So yeah, so that is what the sword is. Like if someone say you're a sword, not like the weapon sword. Like if someone say you're a sword, that's a massive compliment that you should take. It's like the highest compliment someone could give to you. They call you a sword because they're comparing you to like the strongest, you know, the most omnipotent, omniscient being. And that now some of you may wonder how come I've never heard of this sword before. Well, the answer is simple because the you only know what a sword is when you seek for true power and strength. Only the people who like seek for the strongest power and strength would know what a sword is. That's so this is one of the more embarrassing stories that I've experienced of like because like uh me and this person who probably an episode in the future we'll talk about uh uh Toby. Like me and this Toby, we were back in the days when we were like young, naive, and foolish, seeking to be the strongest. We would seek out this sword basically, and we would fight this sword in like any game that we would play. One example would be like Gundam Versus. We would fight sword together, but sword would just brush us off with like each attack. His movement would be so swift that none of our attacks would ever like catch up to him or like hit him at all. We tried blocking, we tried like every suit, we tried like every attacks, but we just couldn't touch him. It's like that people who watch Bleach. It's like that episode of Bleach. Like me and Toby would like try to melee him, and then he would just appear behind us and slash us down. We would try to shoot him for long range, and he would just like swoosh his hand, or like our attacks wouldn't even reach him, and he just shot a blast at us, and then we would just fall and die. And then, humiliatingly enough, as Toby passed out from Sword's prowess, I would swallow up my pride and carry Toby out of the battlefield. And then we would live and fight another day. This continued for quite some time, actually. We tried playing other games, but we would suffer the same humiliation and fate. We would play for honor, and we would lose at the mighty prowess of the genius tactician Sword's command. It was just a tough and bad time for me and Toby to defy such a great being like known as Sword. But eventually we caved and we both surrendered, bowed our heads down, and now we are just like mere what's the word? Mere soldiers and servants of this great sword. We live and serve the great sword empire, and hence me and Toby now belongs to the sword empire. That's how it is. Oh, I guess another like gauge of sword's power is that when we both played, when me and Toby, when we tag against Sword, Sword was basically a person that's worth two people. And if a game mode doesn't allow 2v1, Sword would just get a partner and be like, AFK, I'll handle these both. These foolish beings that dares defy me. And then we lost. Me and Toby lost. We tried everything. But, that's how it goes. There might be like a series coming up next, but I'm not sure if Toby would be up for it. Because I think he might be scared of his he might be scarred or scared because like of Sword. But there is like if Toby's up for it, we might be able to journey and try and conquer the Sword lands. But that's up to Toby if he can get past his trauma. He's still in like shell shock right now, so everyone please pray for Toby to get well soon. May he overcome his fear from Sword. Amen.